Hi guys, I'm back with the camera. I thought it'd be good to do this video today because I've seen quite different YouTubers and they've done the same type video, so I thought I would do it because I thought it'd be a bit fun. So this video, it wasn't requested, but it inspired me by Laura Pets. I think it's Laura or Laura. And I thought that was quite a fun video to make, so I thought I would make one. So anyway, I'm going to start now. So we're going to start off with Sasha because Sasha is my longest pet I've had, and she's one of the first one. She's the first one out of the ones I've got now that I've had. So starting with Sasha. Sasha is 10 years old, so I'm trying to think back when we had her. I was only 8. I remember that we come back from Ibiza. Just not long before we went to Ibiza, we lost our dog. He, next door to my house, I'm still living in the same house. He got out. He got out, and he ran away on Christmas Day, and he never came back. Like normally he would come back, but we couldn't find him. Didn't think about microchipping years ago, but yeah, that happened. My aunt, well, anyway, then we went away not long after. Well, whenever we went after, I can't really remember. I was only 8, like I said. We come back, and my auntie's dog had puppies, and my auntie's dog, she had puppies, and my auntie's dog herself, it's hard to explain, had the same, is my dog, my old dog, wanted to run away, and her dog were brothers and sisters. So that we were quite like distraught about it. Anyway, she had the puppies, and we were looking at the puppies, and I come across this brown and white one that I really liked, and I wanted that one. And my mother did say, well, my parents did say that we can have another dog, until we get speak about next door about getting our garden down, because it was an abandoned house. So anyway, somebody ended up buying it and was doing it up, and then we decided to get the dog. Well, anyway, I wanted this brown and white dog that I really wanted him. We thought it was a girl. My mother said, my parents said, that we have to have a girl because we've always had boy dogs, and this always ends up with trouble. I can remember a dog years back, but I'm not going to go into that. If you want to hear about that story, I'll talk about that story. I'll try and think about it. But yeah, but I like this one, and they said we got to get a girl dog, and he wasn't a girl, he was a boy, and obviously I weren't allowed him, and we said we'd have to have a girl. Let's have a look at the girls, and we found out only one of them were girls, and it was Sasha. At the time I wasn't, you know, you're 8 years old, you want the dog that you picked, basically. Should be 11 now coming up, so she won't be, yeah, that's right. So we just said we'll have to go for that one, and I was like, well, okay, if we go. And I remember the day we had her, I was pouting so much I didn't spend the day with her or nothing. Which is so sad I did do that, but yeah, you're 8 years old, what can you do? Now I would not swap her for the world. My auntie actually kept the brown and white one. His name is Mona. She've actually kept him and the mother, so I still get to see him. So yeah, I still haven't heard of anything of the other dog. So that's the story of Sasha. Sorry I got interrupted, then the dog started barking. It was the door. That's how we ended up having her, and I would not swap her for the world. I absolutely adore her. Yeah, she's just like her mother. The spitting image of my mother. She acts like my mother. Everything. But I wouldn't swap her for the world. So that's Sasha's story. Sorry I kind of dragged her out a bit. So let's go on to my next pet. I'm trying to think who I had next. Then I had Snow. Snow was my winter white Tammy. If you want to know about Sasha, she's my Jack Russell. With Snow, I had him back in 2010 with Storm, which sadly passed away in January. I've he was roughly about a year old when I had him, because I went to my local garden centre right next to my college. It's actually in my college. Um, I went there and I seen this cage roughly about that big. It was like one of them, the small cheap cages you can buy. Um, there was roughly about, I say about 8 to 10 hamsters in there easily, and they were mixed breeds. They had boys, they had girls, but then they only had 2 boys and the rest were girls. I said I'd take the boys because I knew they'd get along. Well, I thought I did. I take the 2 boys, then they couldn't breed. I said, as long as you, well, I basically said to them, as long as you promise me that you won't put boys in with these because they could breed. And they said no, because this is the actual litter. They won't add any more to this now because they'll end up fighting. So that's what I done. I took the 2 boys, and then I know that I should have went to a rescue or adoption centre for hamsters, but I felt that I helped them out just because there wouldn't be no breeding. Otherwise, I don't know if the female hamsters were pregnant after, because it could have been a little while before I had them, but they were about a year old, and I thought I'd just take the 2 boys, and they got on pretty well until Storm had his accident and he lost a leg, and they ended up Snow ended up being the dominant one, where it was always Storm, and they kind of like clashed, and they had to be separated anyway. When I first had them, I did put them in a store-bought cage too. I wouldn't do that now. Now I know about bin cages, I'd always stick to a bin cage for my hamster. But anyway, that's another story. So yeah, the reason why I picked them two was obviously because they were both males. If they were more males, I would have taken more males. It took me ages to persuade my parents to let me have hamsters. What started me off wanting the 2 dwarf was that my friend bought a hamster and he was pregnant and they ended up having babies, and I seen the babies and I was like, oh, I really really want them, and I wanted 2 because I've always had the Syrian hamster, and I've had a Chinese, no I haven't, I've had a dwarf which was called Terbithia, which is absolutely adorable. She was lovely, and then I wanted to get another 2 dwarfs, and I thought I may as well get the 2. So my friend said I could have hers, 2 of hers, but then I don't know what happened, they ended up dying. Okay, I don't know. So I ended up buying 2. I bought all the cage nut already. Well, no, I didn't. Actually, no, I didn't. I put him in my old hamster cage, Max. He died not long before the tumour, which I bought him from Pets at Home, not the adopted part, from Pets at Home, and ended up dying 3 months later. Anyway, that's the story on the hammies. I still got Snow. Then I had, what did I have then? Then I had Millie. Millie is my smooth-coated, black-coated guinea pig. I can't remember when I had her. I think I had her in 2011. Yeah, 2011. The reason for having her was off a lovely lady actually from YouTube. I didn't meet her on YouTube, it was on Facebook, and I was doing a pet sitting thing, like a pet sitting, not business, but like helping people out with their pets, and I've only had one ever guinea pig before, Millie, and that was Buddy, and I gotta be honest, he wasn't in the best care. He was from Pets at Home I had for Christmas on one of my birthdays, good 3 years back. I remember he died 2 days before my birthday. But anyway, I ended up having her off a lady that had her off a lady that she was caring for him, but she didn't have enough time for the guinea pigs, so she ended up giving them away. When I had Millie, she was pregnant, which I didn't know about, and sadly lost her baby shed too, which I was distraught about, but what can you do? That's Millie's little story. That's how I had her. Like I said, I didn't pick her, I didn't pick the hammies, and I didn't pick the dog. So I hadn't picked any of my pets really. And sorry guys, my memory went and this is a completely different day now. I think it's 2 days after I was actually recording the last bit, so that's why I kind of look different. Not a lot different, but different clothes, whatever. The battery died, and then I went to record again, and then something come up. I done the health check on the piggies, and turns out they all got mites or lice. I'm not happy about, but obviously it can be transferred through the hay. So while I'm in this video, I'll show you what I've picked up. This is the Insecticide. I can't pronounce it, okay? This looks like that. I don't know if the camera's on there. There we go. Sorry the glare. It just says spray extra for small animals, kills fleas, lice and common external parasites. It contains something to make it last protection. It's for guinea pigs and rabbits and hamsters and all these bits and bobs. I haven't just got this one. I don't know if I'm actually in the camera. There we go. I got this one too. I picked up two because obviously I got 3 guinea pigs, and I can't find any on George, but this prevents it too. So I will be using it on George too. If you'd like to see a video on that, let me know, because I'm doing them tomorrow. So the day after this is uploaded, I'll be doing it the day after. But yeah, that's that. Sorry about that. I really rambled on. I really rambled on there, but just to put my point across, I'm not happy that they got lice. But yeah, I'm doing George just in case, but I can't find any on him. Anyway, I can't remember what I was. I think I done Millie, and I basically said that I didn't name any of them. I didn't pick any. No, I named them, but I didn't pick any of them. So who do I have after Millie? Can you guys remember? George, is it? Yeah, George. George didn't pick either. I was in work one day, and one of the colleagues come up to me, and because they all knew I love my animals and that, one of them come up to me and said that there was a rabbit in the car park. And I was like, okay, they captured it because it was already in the box. It come with the hay, bit of food, no water. And it's in the staff toilets. What do we do with it? And I was like, well, I said I have to find somebody to either take him on. And this woman said I can keep him for one night. I can bath him. Because I won't be able to take him on straight away because my parents would go ballistic. And I actually didn't go home and tell my parents. But anyway, they took him for one night. They called him Fluffy because he was so fluffy. Then I asked my sister if she could pick me up because it wouldn't be fair travelling home on the bus with a rabbit. And she said no problem. After she finished work, so obviously she finished before me. And then the person kind of brought it to work, and then I took him on. I didn't actually get to see him until the day I had him, but I took him home and I said to my parents what had happened, and they said, right, you're not keeping him, because I already had Monkey at the time and Millie, and rabbits are quite hard work. And my auntie's partner's niece was going to have him, but I didn't really want to go to her because I don't think she ever had a rabbit. Not so much she didn't have a rabbit, but she didn't know a lot about them. So I was kind of like waiting. I said I'll keep him for a couple of weeks, get him used to people, because he really didn't like people. He was like, he'd be friendly. So if we go back to my first ever video of him, but he wasn't very socialised. So I'll keep him for a little while, because I had the room, I had the spare cage. It was a dog cage at the time, but he had free range in my bedroom, which isn't this bedroom. It was my old bedroom. So after a few weeks, my mother and my father ended up liking him, which everyone does. And they didn't even say I could keep him. I just kept him. So that's what happened with George. Like I said, I didn't pick him, and I wouldn't swap any of my pets for the world. After them then we had, obviously Mikey passed away then. And then we had the 2 guinea pigs, which are Dora and Boots, which are my recent ones. Once again, I didn't pick those. My, obviously I've told you, I'm not going to talk into detail about Millie, but I wanted to get her a friend, and I took her to the Perfect Rescue, which is around about 40 minutes away from my house. My mind went blank then. And I left her there for a week, and she wasn't, the one I picked, she said the one she was best for, she didn't get along with. She kind of bit her and attacked her, which I wasn't happy about. But she said she'd keep her there for a bit longer. It normally lasts up to 3 to 4 days, but it ended up being a week. She stayed there, and the ones that she took to were Dora and Boots. That's how I got them too. Their background story is that they used to live in a chicken coop with chickens, and just ate wherever the chickens ate. Which is really sad, but obviously they took them in. They're not very social, they're not him, but I'm working on them. So I haven't got really much of a story with them. Like I said, I just wanted, my mother said if I could have Millie and she can go outside. Can you hear them birds? So I ended up keeping 2 when I was supposed to have 1. So I ended up having 3 overall. And then finally the fish. They are the only pets I did pick because, well, not even necessarily pick them individually, but I picked them out of the tags. Obviously I got 2 minnows, which I've had minnows before and I absolutely adore them, so I had them. They are KC and J. And I have a Daniel, which is called Diesel. I have a snail, Snoop. First snail I've ever had, and I absolutely adore him. Yes, I never really liked him when I first had him because I just want him to look nice. But I absolutely adore him. And then I got Red, which is my alligator eater, my flying fox. And yeah, that's all my pets. If you'd like to know a story on how I got into pets or whatever, just leave them down below. I'd like to see video responses to this video as well. I'd really love to see it. I tell all of you, just do me a video response now. I laughed at myself then. But yeah, that is my video. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, and yeah, bye.